we are not done with equations, okay? We're going to be using equations throughout the rest of the year. Are we done necessarily just solving equations? Not quite, okay? But you're not going to see a test where it's just equations like this anymore, okay? This week, sorry guys, I'm getting sick or something. Like, I really am. It's literally just hit me. Like, I'm getting all stuffed up and everything. Okay, so today we're doing proportions. Gonna be easy. Tomorrow we learn how to graph inequalities, which you should already know how to do. Should be easy. Wednesday and Thursday we're graphing or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we're graphing and solving inequalities. Monday we're reviewing. Tuesday we're taking a test. Yeah, I know. Jeez. Okay? So again, we will have a test next Tuesday. Maybe next Tuesday and Wednesday, but probably just next Tuesday. Wednesday, we have school. Thursday, Friday, you're off for parent-teacher conferences. This Thursday, you'll have videos to watch because I am at the service project for my 8th graders. When is your guys' service project?
I don't know.
Because I think it's next week.
What?
Huh? Is it Wednesday?
It's like Wednesday.
Yeah, I thought it was Wednesday, which is why I have the test on Tuesday. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, I'm being serious. I don't know what hit me, but all around 6th hour.
Can I box you?
Why? Sure, yes. I'll still win. I don't know why you think that this would change from one day to the next. I'm still going to win that game. But anyway, it's fine. Okay. Listen, if you guys can do these, today's lesson will be easy. And I don't often come in and say, hey, I really believe today's lesson's easy because, one, what I think is easy, you might not. And I've told you that many times. I'm telling you today that today's lesson is one of the easier lessons that we've done in the past month. Okay? So, this was you. Violet did a great job. Divide both sides by 5, x equals 7. Excellent. Brianna distributed first. This is going to be important. Now, I'm going to put this in parentheses. Does that change anything? This means this multiplied by this. Foreshadowing. That's an English thing. Foreshadowing. We're going to be doing this. 3 multiplied by 2x is 6x. 3 multiplied by -1 is -3. Awesome. Add 3. Divide by 6. Beautiful job. Did great. Multiplied. Multiplied and distributed. 4x minus 12 is great. Subtract, and I'm just going to, this isn't wrong, but I want to make sure that we know that we're moving not just the 4, but the 4x. Because I've seen students get confused with that before. We're moving the whole 4x over. That's awesome. That leaves me -12 comes down, 2x divided by 2, x equals -6. Those of you watching on video, this is an x. No, I'm asking, is it an x, Judah?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because there's a lot of lines there. An x takes 2. Just.
Well, I don't. My hands were. Never mind.
Judah, you learn how to write.
Questions?
When you're
Okay. Get out your notes. We got 2 things to copy down, and then maybe 4 examples. This class always does a great job of picking up on this stuff very quickly, but I don't need to go faster than needed. If you guys need extra, I'll gladly do extra. So, first off, though you might not remember it, all of y'all have talked about ratios before. Okay? In pre-algebra, you guys have done ratios. A ratio is a comparison between 2 numbers. Okay, so really, a ratio is a fraction. 3/5 is a ratio. It's comparing 3 to 5. Oh, wait a minute, 3 to 5. Yeah, that's how we write ratios too, is with the word 3 and then 2, 5. You can also see a ratio as 3 with a colon and then a 5. Y'all remember seeing something like this at some point?
The Bible.
I, oh, you mean the colon? Okay, now I'm with you. Like the colon, yes. You've seen that in the Bible. That's not what I meant ratios, but yes, you've seen something like that in the Bible, correct?
Hey, at least.
Like it's over here. No, that was great.
Green God.
Like Isaiah 45:18. No, thank you. I appreciate it. That was, you're with me. Good. So let's go back to ratios. Have we, does anybody remember seeing this kind of stuff for ratios? Yeah, maybe a little bit? Okay. So ratios are what we do and what we use for proportions. So a proportion is two equivalent ratios. It's really an equation of two equivalent ratios, but I don't want to get too many words in there. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, I didn't even see it.
Okay, good. That's what I'm turning around to do. So, two equivalent ratios. I've got stuff. So, here we go. We've got 1/4 equals 2/8. Those are equivalent. If you got your calculator right now and did 1 divided by 4, you would get the decimal 25/100ths. If you did 2 divided by 8, you'd get the decimal 25/100ths. So equivalent means they have the same value, but what?
Different number.
They look different. 1/4 doesn't look the same as 2/8. Now, what's another way to prove that they're equivalent? What do I multiply 1 by to get 2?
So.
By 1 times 1?
No.
Well, that would be itself. Dude, you're just racking it up, man. 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times what is 8? 2. So it stayed constant throughout. Multiplied it by 2. What if I had, that's a 3, 3/7, that looks like Judah's handwriting now. 3/7, 12/28. Those are equivalent. What would I multiply 3 by to get 12? 4. 7 times what is 28? 4. They're equivalent. If I divided them, they would give me the same thing. Now, those are proportions. Equivalent fractions that are equal to each other. But proportions that we're going to be dealing with are going to say solve. And we're going to have something that looks like 3/8 equals x over 24. There is a method. There's a method to do these. It's a 2-word method. Who remembers what it's called to solve a proportion? And it's something as a Christian school some of you are probably wearing. What do you have on a chain?
Cross.
A cross. Cross what?
Words.
What? Cross words. Ooh, no. That was close though.
Cross evaluation.
Close. There's a shun to it. Cross multiplication. So when we solve these, we go across and make a bubble. That means I'm taking 8 times x equals. And now here's what I want you to do for this one. I want you to put 24 in a parenthesis, 3 in a parenthesis. That way we know that we're multiplying it. You'll see why in a little bit. This is a relatively easy equation. 8x equals 24 times 3. That's 2, carry the 1, 72. Everybody still with me? No?
Yes.
If you're not, we good? 1-step equation, divide by 8. X equals 9. Cross multiplication. Make your bubble and go. Solve for x. And if you're like, Mr. H, you've only shown us one example, okay? Try your best, and I will go over it. But I want to see what you guys can come up with. This class is always very, very smart. You guys can usually do this relatively quickly. Back to the yellow, huh? I can't see the yellow. I'm old. My eyes don't. Hmm? Yes.
I mean,
Like-
like it's a.
Like I have trouble seeing very light colors, and then I can't distinguish a lot of colors. Like usually like today I had to make sure that I was wearing black. I can't see the difference between black and blue very often. I struggle with reds, pinks, and oranges.
What colors you can't?
Huh? Well, no, this is a bright yellow.
Okay. What?
What?
What? You're like, okay, wait, what?
So, just by looking, y'all are doing pretty well. You guys have crossed the 20 and the x. We write 20x. That's easy. We crossed the 12 and the 5. Now, what I'm not as happy with is I didn't see a lot of the parentheses. Please make sure you do that. Okay? Again, if you've noticed anything about me, I might not tell you the reason why I'm doing something early in the lesson, but it usually comes later to be a reason why. Okay? So now I have 20x equals 60. Divide by 20. X equals 3. Any questions on this? Do you see your mistake?
Wait. I got 30 instead of. Maybe I'm just retarded.
I don't know. Let's say that word, please. Okay, questions there? Okay, so now, why is it important that we're putting those parentheses and making sure that we're multiplying by all the numbers? Well, let me show you. Exactly. Woohoo! Thanks for being so excited, Judah. I know I can always count on you, man.
That's me.
Okay. This is not necessarily hard, but it does involve a couple more steps. So what are we going to cross multiply in this one? What are we going to cross multiply? Somebody. What times what?
12 and 10.
Okay.
X.
Ooh. So 12 times 10. So I'm going to put those in parentheses. 12 times 10 equals, and then what else?
I give you the answer.
No, what else are we going to multiply?
X minus 1 and 24.
Oh. So we'll have a 24 and an x minus 1. Remember that foreshadowing part? What do we have on that right side? What do we need to do? 24 times x and the negative 1. We have to distribute. When you have more than one term, you're going to have to distribute. So I can do 24 times x, which is 24x. 24 times negative 1 is negative 24. Equals 12 times 10 is 120. Now I can solve. Add 24. Add 24. That gives me 144 equals 24x. If I divide by 24, I hope that I get x equals 6. Somebody with a calculator do that, but I should get x equals 6. Yay. Questions on that? So you're going to do one and show me. Sound good? Hmm? And then are we done? No, then we'll have one more. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I'm going to assign it, and if you don't, then you're going to get a 0. So it's up to you. Yeah, you have homework. How often do I not give you homework?
Never.
That's not true. There's days I don't give you homework. Like you shouldn't have homework on Wednesday. There you
It's
go.
more of a school thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, there's often times that I don't listen to that. Okay. Let's see what you do here. Try it on your own. My Swedish son just messaged to say, let me know when you're home so I can call Cole. But time when we get home, it's gonna be like 10:30 p.m. their time. Love that kid. He is one of the reasons why I'm back in a school. I miss being around teenagers and teaching.
How old is this Swedish kid?
Hmm?
How old is the Swedish kid?
He's 18. He turned 18 last January, December, something like that. Okay, so we're getting a little stuck, which is all right. Okay, I expect y'all to get a little stuck sometimes. So I'm going to cross multiply. All of y'all were doing this, which is great. So now I have 12 in parentheses times what? Well, that whole thing, 2x minus 4 equals. The other cross is 24 multiplied by 5. Okay? Over here, what do I have to do? Distribute. 12 multiplied by the 2x, 12 multiplied by the negative 4. That gives me 24x minus 48 equals 24 times 5 is 0, carry the 2, 10, 120. Add 48 to both sides. That gives me 24x equals 168. Divide by 24, somebody with a calculator. What's 168 divided by 24? Might be a decimal, which is fine.
7.
Oh, it's not, yay. I'm telling you today, listen, you will get decimals, don't change it to a fraction, you will get decimals on today's homework. And I'll even tell you which problems. Questions on this one? Okay, there's only one other type of problem that you're going to see. And it's really no different than the last example that we did in our warm-up. We'll try that. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We might get a decimal. Okay, cross multiply. But Mr. H, there's two variables. Oh my gosh. You've been able to solve variables like this, guys. So this is 4 times n plus 2 equals 10n. Distribute, distribute. 4n plus 8 equals 10n. Does that look hard? No. So now we're going to combine the variables. That gives me 8 equals 6n divided by 6. N equals, somebody divide 8 by 6. Tell me what it is. 1 point, I think 6666666 repeating. Is that correct?
It's 1.3 repeating.
1.3 repeating?
Yeah.
8 divided by 6?
Yeah.
Okay. What questions do you have? Okay. You do have homework. It is 1 through 19, the odds. Okay, so it's not all that many. I think it's 10 questions. I'm going to tell you which ones to circle here in a second. You're doing 1 through 19, the odds. I would like you to circle numbers 1, 7, 9, 13, and 19. Those are the ones that will be decimals. So I don't want you freaking out and be like, oh my gosh, I got decimal. 1, 7, 9, 13, and 19 will all be decimals. But you're doing 1 through 19, all of them. I don't try to get 1 through 19, the odds. Sorry. Does everybody understand? Go ahead and get started. You guys have about 13 minutes. Love you, kiddos.